welcome to this 20-minute lower body flow. We're going to begin with some breath work, so bringing one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, and we're going to practice our belly and chest breath. So just checking in with the natural breath first and noticing whether the breath is more chest dominant or belly dominant. Notice which hand is moving in and out more. And now we're going to imagine that the breath is moving through our body. So as we inhale, the breath begins in our belly. So our belly enlarges and fills with breath, and then our chest fills with breath. And as we exhale, the chest deflates and then the belly deflates. So inhaling, breathing into the belly and then into the chest. Exhaling from the chest and then the belly. We'll do a few rounds of this. Okay, and when you're ready, just releasing the hands, and we're going to try and keep to that deep breathing throughout this session. So breathing into the belly and then into the chest, exhaling from the chest and then into the belly. Okay, so let's begin with a few joint movements. Let's just warm up maybe the shoulders and the hips. So just bringing the hands onto the shoulders, and we're going to draw circles with our elbows. So we'll draw circles coming forwards first. See if you can touch your elbows at the front of the movement. And then coming all the way down. And we can inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And I'm going to reverse the movement, so inhaling backwards. And exhaling back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And once more, inhale up. And exhale down. We're going to come into butterfly now. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. I'm going to interlace our hands and grab hold of around our toes. We're going to do 10 slow butterflies. It's called Titliasana. And so what we're going to do, we're going to inhale and really squeeze the elbows together and exhale to come down. And the focus is on the coming up and the squeezing, really using those adductors there, improving strength as well as mobility and flexibility. So let's do 10 here. So inhaling up, squeezing the elbows, exhaling down. Make sure your spine is straight. Okay, good. Nice, and just open the hands, and we're going to come to standing, and we're going to come to Baddha Hastasana. So bringing the feet roughly hip distance apart, and we're going to fold forwards, so gently folding forwards here. And if you can grab hold maybe of your shins or your ankles, or ideally around your big toes. So grabbing hold and just allow the body to soften here. Breathing deeply with that deep belly and chest breath. And if this feels good, see if you can bring your hands, palms facing up, underneath your feet. And if you like, you can bend your knees here to make it a little bit easier on the hamstrings. Good. And when you're ready, just coming out of that, coming to stand at the top of your mat. And we're just going to come into downward dog here. So just lifting the arms up, reaching them up, and folding forwards, hands come on the mat. And we're just going to step our feet backwards into downward dog. And so we're really reaching the heels down here, opening through the hamstrings, pushing away from our hands, allowing the tailbone to reach upwards. So really feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings. And when you're ready, we're just going to lift up that left foot and send it forwards, and just heel toeing that left foot to the outside edge of the mat. I'm going to drop the right knee here. So we're coming into dragon. So both hands are on the inside of that left foot. And if this feels good for you, feel free to stay here. You might have a nice stretch in your hip area. Or you can come maybe onto your forearms if that feels nice for you. Or another thing you can do is bring your knee outwards, so coming off the sole of your foot and onto the side of your foot. And you can stay here if that feels good, or again you can come onto your forearms, whichever feels best for you today. And if you need to put something underneath your right knee, feel free to put a cushion or a folded up blanket underneath your right knee. And just holding this for a few moments. When you're ready, we're just going to heel toe that left foot back into the center, in between our two hands, and we're going to move the foot below our right hand. So the foot is just below our right hand, and then we're going to drop the knee to just below our left hand. So we kind of got our knee below our left hand, our foot below our right hand, and then we're just going to straighten out that right leg behind us. So coming into pigeon here. Excuse me. And if this feels good for you, stay here. If you like to come onto your forearms, you can do so. Or you can come onto your forehead, onto your hands on your forehead, whichever feels good for you. And just staying here for a moment, allowing the body to soften for a few moments here. And when you're ready, gently coming out, we're going to come back into our downward dog. So tucking the toes of the right foot and sending the left foot back into downward dog. And again, reaching down with the heels, getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings, lifting the tailbone, pushing through the hands. A few deep breaths here. And then we're going to come into dragon on the other side. So bringing that right foot on the outside of the hands, dropping the left knee. And again, if this feels good for you, stay here. If you like to drop onto the forearms, feel free. Or if you like to roll onto the outside edge of your foot, bringing the right knee out, feel free. And again, you can come onto the forearms from here as well. So whichever feels good for you today, whichever gives you a nice stretch here. And just allowing the body to soften here. Breathing deeply with that belly and chest breath. And when you're ready, we're going to come back into pigeon. So bringing that right foot below the left hand and bringing the right knee below the right hand. And then we're going to stretch that right foot out behind us. And again, if you'd like to stay here, please do. Or you can come onto your forearms or onto your forehead. And just staying wherever feels best for you. And when you're ready, gently coming out. And we're going to come into Shavasana. There are two variations for this. So this is our last pose. And the first variation is normal Shavasana. So bringing the feet a little bit away from the body, bringing the hands away from the body, palms are facing up. If this feels good, then go for this. We're going to stay here for 2 minutes. Or you can bring the soles of your feet together and we can stay here in a nice hip opener. So whichever feels best for you, we'll be here for 2 minutes. And when you're ready, gently coming out. Coming to sitting in your comfortable sitting position. Bringing the hands to prayer at the heart center. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, folding forward in gratitude for the divinity within you. Inhale to come back up. And that's the end of this session. Enjoy, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.